Can you hear me, Ben?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got Dave here too.
Good.
Okay.
Hello, Ben.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
We're not going to be able to do the any kind of in-person meeting today, just because of the nature of the whole situation. There's just too much, going on. And I don't know what the heck is real and what's going on. I don't know who to trust. I know I want to talk to you. I know you wanted to talk to me. I don't know, but I assume nobody wants to be in this situation. And yeah, so I wanted to talk with you. I mean, I saw your thing. Your non-negotiable is not separating. So I don't, I just want to hear where your head's at, man. I think.
Are you against that?
I mean, yeah, I have to be. I have to separate, man. We have to go at this point. It's not, there's too many lines that have been crossed. You and I we have to go our separate ways. Not out of malice. Like, I still want the best for you, and you and I have to be separated.
Well, why can we not talk? Because, what do you mean by you don't know what's real? Because that's the whole thing here is you and I haven't talked. So neither one of us know what is real. And so because of that, I believe that we're both being led in a certain direction by Carlos. I mean, let's just name it. He threatened to kill me. I don't know if you know that. He absolutely threatened to murder me. He told my wife that he's extorting me. If I did not pay him $3.2 million, he was going to put me under the concrete. And then he said this to my wife. And then he said, when I called him on it, because we have it recorded, he said, no, I meant put you in prison. That's what I'm facing. And I'm not facing prison because I haven't done anything wrong that faces prison. But I'm facing reputationally the fact that everything is being held against me right now. And I don't know I don't know if the problem is between you and me. The problem seems to be a third party that has taken over our building and our business. And if you are siding with that party, then I guess you have to be involved in it. And that's why I wanted to talk away from everybody else, because I don't know what you're operating under. You and I have not gotten to talk.
Yeah, and it's this what I'm operating, where I'm at this point, and it's my hands are tied. I don't know where the heck Carlos stands on stuff. I have no idea either. He's all over the place.
Yeah. Well, he blackmailed me for the Lamborghini.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
And you said you didn't even know about that. So
no,
he told me that you knew about this for sure, and that there's some kind of lawsuit in the building against me from for humping Nick DeMondi or something like that. And Jack came back apparently, and Jack brought a bunch of lawyers to the building, and because of that, he needed the money that you were asking for the money in order to pay off these lawsuits.
No, I can't. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know anything about any of that. About what Carlos is telling you about it. What I can tell you is that when the attorneys came and people started making statements, I was shocked at the stuff that started coming out. And at this point, everything that I'm doing is, and I know it may not feel that way, is I still care about you and your long-term interests and taking care of your family. I care about Bethany. I care about your kids. I care about you as a person. I don't want to see you in any kind of long-term trouble, but at this point, you and I can't.
But what does that mean? But what does that mean? Since this began, everything has been vague, and that's how I don't know what's real and what's not real. I have no idea what's real and what's not real, because basically the way that I look at this for 100% is that I'm being blackmailed and extorted. All of this stuff are threats. These are all threats that have been made towards me. Not stop. Hold on, let me turn this stupid thing off. How do I turn this off? I don't know how to turn this off.
I don't know. I don't know any threats or extortion. All I know is, from my communication with you, I got backed into a corner where there was really only one option as far as, what we could do legally. And, you were attacking me for weeks,
I wasn't attacking you for weeks. I did one AMA where I said, and everything that I said was true. I didn't lie about anything.
I'm saying you were attacking me here,
what?
Text over.
It wasn't for weeks because it was only 7 days from the time. Okay, go ahead.
Hey,
you made it very. Sorry.
Go ahead, TJ, and then I want to interject something, but go ahead, TJ.
I was just basically, you made it very clear that you and I were not going forward. We were not moving forward. We were done. We were separating. You made that very clear, and you communicated to me, and I didn't, and you knew that I didn't really want that, right?
Okay.
And I had no choice. And this has gone way further than anything I ever would have thought. This is way out of my control. This last week or 2 weeks was the most stressful, other than my divorce. That was the most stressful week of my life. I am at my wit's end.
You and me both.
I know you are. That's why I'm talking to you right now, and I'll be honest with you, the reason I can't talk to you right now is because of what the counsel is, and I still am talking to you because I care about you as a human and as a person, and I don't want any of this, man. And once it started, yes, this is much bigger than me. And what I can't here, I'll tell you very specifically what I can tell you. They're conducting an internal investigation to make sure that the company doesn't have to do any kind of self-reporting to any kind of government agencies or anything like that. I don't know what the result of that is going to be. Right now, the sooner it stops, the better for everybody. I think is what they're telling me. But they're also telling me I can't tell you specifically what's going on because it's illegal. So I don't know what the fuck. And then I got and then I got Carl saying all kinds of crazy.
Yeah, TJ, let me interject something. So Ben, you're maybe hearing that for the first time. So hopefully you can appreciate the counsel given TJ, and indirectly to you and me is the timing of this meeting today is not for today. Now, maybe down the road there's mediation, which I am a believer in because God's word's real clear. Don't take things to the court between brothers in Christ. But that aside, the counsel right now TJ's given is not to have the meeting and not to have conversations until they finish up with their due diligence. And I
understand that, but
that puts handcuffs
TJ and I are the owners of the company, and we have the ability to pull all this back.
Well, that puts handcuffs on TJ and it puts handcuffs on you right now, unfortunately. And so I can appreciate the difficulty of the situation, but TJ's got to take the trust of the counsel at this point.
Can I ask what you want, Ben, out of this? Like, what do I want? All I want at this point, and I'll be honest, is peace. I don't hate you. I don't want to be mortal enemies of yours. I don't want, I want to be able to move forward with my life, and you move, and not see devastation for all of us. I mean, this is, I know this is hard for you. I know this is terrible for you. I know, I can't imagine what your last week or two have been like either. I can feel for that. I don't want that for you, and I don't want it for me. Like, I want to move on in peace. Live my life, have a family. I don't.
Yeah. Well, like that's what's so frustrating to me is, in the very beginning of this, all that I asked was that Justin move downstairs. That was it. That was the ask. Justin moves Vumio to a nice office. We make it incredible downstairs. And it makes sense because there needs to be some separation between me and them anyways. Like, so that's all that had to happen. And you and I could have eventually worked it out. We could have eventually figured it out. Eventually. There could have been a time where we would have been tense and things would have been good.
Yeah, but
I wasn't going to remove you. I was never going to remove you. And if I did ask what, hold on, let me just finish real quick.
Yeah.
Is that when we were in the office and we had the big blow up, okay, we had the big blow up between the two of us. The fact is that even then, well, first of all, before then, I was willing for us to work it out in some way. Like, I was willing to let you come into work and do your job, and we could operate, and just our personal lives are going to be out of it. And so the point here is that it was after the blow up, things went to like a much, much different level. But the whole time, all I was going to do was buy you out and give you a nice offer. Or I didn't even care about that, TJ. You could have stayed owner. And this is still on the table. I would like to throw this out. This is still on the table. If you just step down from day-to-day operations and just basically retire, go to your house, collect your money, pursue whatever you want to pursue. I know you enjoyed being at home with your wife and your kids, and you still will get to keep a third of the money, and I will run the entire thing, and there will be safeguards put in place. Your dad cannot be the CFO. I won't even fire your dad. Your dad can move to a different position if he wants to keep his job. Like, that's all that we had to do, and we can still come to that agreement, and you get the same amount of money you were going to get before. We can keep the stake deal. I'm willing to concede that. I'm willing to give you all your money, and we don't even have to legally separate. We can just do it in a way to where we end all the lawyers, we end everything. We close. You have the power to do that. We're the owners. We can tell people to stay out of our building. Like, the lawyers are not in charge. They don't have. They're only representing us legally. They're not criminal lawyers or civil lawyers. So it's easy for us to cancel all this, and you get the best of both worlds. You get all the money in the state deal. Everything comes back. Everything comes back.
Yeah.
And like,
I think we're way over the line. I understand where you're coming from. We're way past that because this isn't about money. This isn't even about me. This isn't. We're way.
TJ,